What's up, Aceholes? Welcome back to the Ace of Plays channel. Before we get into today's video, I just want to address a discrepancy. Apparently, I should have been receiving sympathy donations, you know, when I lied about being depressed. So, I believe you guys owe me money. On an actually serious note, welcome back to another Gwent video. Today, we're gonna play Scoia'tael. Yesterday, I went on a streak of not only winning, but also having fun, even when I didn't. And I played a couple of variations of a precision strike Shirru Herald Gord list. All credit for this goes to Specimen Gwent, who is a fellow YouTuber, streamer, and currently one of my favorite deck builders. If you've been on playgwent.com, you've probably seen one of his decks because they're always highly rated. One variation of his precision strike Shirru deck is, at least last time I checked, which was like yesterday, the highest rated trending deck. I believe he also has one or two other decks on the front page of trending, so really popular deck builder right now, and I definitely understand why. He makes cool decks, puts a lot of work into them, and you know, it's interesting archetypes. It's not just, you know, whatever is the best. Like he does fun things, and I really appreciate his lists. And like I said, I played a couple of variations of this, which is very much net decked from him. I will link to his channel down below, by the way. If I forget, just remind me, because that's something I really want to do. A couple of variations of this got me to pro rank yesterday. I went on a killing spree, and yes, that includes second win greatswords, of course. I mean, what, you think I can get all the way from bottom of rank 1 to pro rank without encountering a single greatswords list? Are you crazy? I've made a couple of changes to this particular list. This is the non-devotion list, which allows us to run Oneiromancy, Tristalkinesis, Heatwave. Yeah, those are the notable ones. Changes I've made: I took out Bomb Heaver and put in Runestone. You guys know how I feel about Bomb Heaver. We have Heatwave for you know, the Masquerade Ball players. Otherwise, nobody plays. I mean, sometimes, you know, Monsters players actually have a deck using Haunt, so maybe that'll be relevant. But I took a Bomb Heaver, just put in Runestone. We could afford another special card, so there we go. This can potentially be 2 special cards if we high roll some playable specials. And I took out the Abandoned Girls, just put in Miners. Abandoned Girl gets killed. Now, yes, Miner does get killed just as easily, but it's not as tempting of a target, I feel. Besides, I usually mulligan all these 4 provision cards, so it doesn't matter. It is nice, though, because we're playing Nilfgaardian Justice, and sometimes having to deal with some strict mulligans with the Mahaka Marauders actually got a little bit tricky. Not often, but just, you know, when you're as terrible of a player as I am, you can break even the easiest mulligans. But now we have Miner as just a secondary option. So, I mean, you've all seen Gord lists. I've featured Gord lists. The special thing about this, which is something I would have never had the balls to do on my own, but I trusted Speci, and here we go, Shirru. Some of you may not even have seen this card. Have I seen it? I have seen it been played against me. Once, maybe twice, in recent memory. But it's a very cool card. I've actually been able to use this pretty effectively. I've gotten a couple of 20-point Shirrus. That is right, 20 points for 9 provisions. That's pretty good value. So he destroys himself and all other units with the same power. He's 3 power. We can use Isengrim's Council. He's our only elf, so we will always be able to get him off of Isengrim's Council. That'll boost him to 5. We have some form of hand buff, if we want to try and do that. And now we also have Miners, which we can use to set him to 5, or even up to 7 if he's already at 5. And then we use pings. You know, we ping, line up our opponent's units to a power level that we can reach with Shirru, hopefully avoiding our own units, which this deck has actually been pretty good at. Just not playing into our Shirru power levels too hard. It's actually been fairly simple. And, you know, sometimes, you know, you maybe have to use one of your pings on your own Shirru. Like, if you want to get him to 4, and you use Council to play him as a 5, just ping him once. You can wipe out a whole row of Ethereals. You can just keep him at 3 if you're playing against Deadeye Ambush, Elves. A lot of easy targets from there. It's definitely a big brain card. I'm excited to be able to play this. We're gonna jump into a couple of games now. I'm excited to be able to play this, knowing that I have done so successfully before. Because it's a really cool card. It's such an intricate card, such a complex design, and it works. Like you have to think, like you have to set it up, but it works. First match. Syndicate. Congregate. So probably Herald Gord mirror match. Not necessarily, but likely. Heatwave is nice, I guess. I mean, the last say in a Gord mirror with this is good, but then I have to play my plan didn't work out as well as I thought. One of these is nice. Okay, that's a little bit of a shame, but it does work. It does work. I don't really think there's a devotion variant of this that is seeing any play, so we should fear the heat wave. Honestly, though, she is pretty safe at 5. I think she's safe at 5 because they have the one that deals damage based on how many coins you have, and they have the one that deals 6 if you have 2 salamander units. Neither of which I think. I mean, neither of which can kill this. Oh my god. It's him. It is him. Now, that's a good heatwave target. For sure. We kind of have, if we want to kill it, we have to do it now. I can use this, but I mean the hand buff is pretty good. I guess, you know what, realistically speaking, I'm sure that is our heatwave target, so just letting it be is maybe good. Oh. Well, that is a good circle of life target. Kind of sucks to play these without nah. Let's do it. Let's protect her. So this only boosts Scoia'tael units. That's just something worth keeping in mind when you're playing non-devotion. But we're just gonna get a big. Oh, that is a low roll, my dude. But that's a card I've only seen one person put in their deck, and that is Mr. Specimen Gwent himself. Okay. Purify an allied unit. Some damage and some damage. Not some damage, I mean. That's a shame though. I've only played that card once. I actually played one game with it yesterday. I got a good roll. I got exactly what I needed. Like I only needed like 5 or 6, so the margin of error was wide. It's worse when, you know, they need a 10 and they get a 10. But hey, you do what you gotta do. There's the boy.
Come at me if you must. Don't think this sword a toy.
I could go for a kill here. I think I'm gonna. So we're just gonna build up a massive force protector. If we get to keep this for following rounds, holy shit, that's gonna be so much value. Okay, so he's at 6. I don't have a tree, and so the setup isn't really necessary. But if we use this 3 damage now, we could potentially draw into a circle of life. Are we ready for that? I think maybe we are. Go on. Oh, and we're doing so well on points. Like we may very well be able to keep that. I love hand buff. Hand buff is so cool. I'm glad we have a couple of new hand buff cards that are just playable. Like, oh my god, we can play cards. I'm just gonna fix my hair because it's looking pretty awful. That did not help. Alright, going into Neuromancy. We have that too. We probably should play it. Alright, big play coming through. We have...
Can he cut cleanly when you squirming about like that?
Yes, you! Have you made your offering?
The thing is... like, I could get Shirru, ping him once, and just, you know, 14 points. But I don't know if we need it, and even if we do, I don't think we do. No, but I still want to Neuromancy though, so I'm gonna probably just gonna get this. I may have just thrown the game. I don't know. I think maybe he has Procession of Penance. Yeah. Well. Alright. Scary for sure. But we have this, which is going to be at least 12 points. But, you know, if he's been paying attention to my hand buffs, you know, he may be going all out just to force them out, which Given the fact that we're on the red coin, blue coin actually, we went first. Having that forced out of us is actually extremely terrible. We have 15 points next turn though. 12 plus 2 plus 1. And we could potentially go for more reach. In case he has more crimes, this is better. Let's see, we got to 36, so he needs 15 points. He needs 15 points. He has no engines. And if he doesn't take it in one card, he actually needs 16 points. Ooh. Thick boy. I spent all my reward points today getting a bunch of meteorite powder, so I got a couple of new premiums in this deck. Shirru, Forest Protector, Gord. Not a very interesting premium there, but a nice card. Oh, look at this hand. Look at this hand. I am going to... No. I think this will do. Has he played Justice? No. He probably has it, because why wouldn't you? It's a good card. Especially in this, because... You know, you trigger Intimidate, you get 10 points, and a new Intimidate engine. You know, that's good value. What are we seeing here? Jacques.
The beast shall be born, and the blood of innocence shall flow.
Problem here is I kind of want to just play this. But I don't want to mess up Shirru. I'm gonna go for the kill. Oh, I don't even have. What am I doing? I don't even have Nature's Rebuke. Check your graveyards, people. Check your graveyards. I just wasted a ping. Like, I had plans for that ping. Wait, do my plans still work? 1.
I curse your name, I damn your soul.
Did he take him? He is Firesworn. Oh, really?
I love him to death.
Alright, so... One. Not the biggest Shirru.
Who am I to
but it was a 9-point play. Took 2 engines off the board. Wiped his board. We have a big Gord. I mean, just because of the hand buff, our Gord is almost definitely the biggest. I mean, it is 14 points. Let's see, this is gonna be... He has 6 points of reach, so he still needs 12 points. Can he do 12 points in one card? Not without spending his Gord, I think. There have been some games where just going for the 2-0 with... Where just going for it with Gord would have been the good stuff. Thicc Forest Protector, really taking it for us. Scoia'tael MMR, something I never thought I would have. Let's do another one. Not the most spectacular Shirru, but it was a good one. It was a 9 for 9, killed 2 engines. I was happy with it. Syndicate again.
My lads will make sure of that.
Is this faction a thing again? Oh. I have pretty much not seen that since it was overpowered. This is interesting. Don't think we want it in hand. Alright, A rush can be played. Straight into a Neuromancy. Oh, it's Line Pockets Crimes. That's very cool. Kinda wish I had Shirru in hand, because I could have killed both. I do have an idea. I mean, it depends on what he does. Depends on what he does with this. He does have coins to kill this, but... oh, he just has the Salamander one. Damn it. Yeah. Yeah, that is how you lose in the Gwent. Don't know which is worse. What's happening? Furco into removal? Really? Really, bruh? Really, bruh? Triss Telekinesis into removal? Or just Fizztech. Okay. Well, I wanted to use this, but I'm not gonna get that chance. Got him. Alright. I wonder what happened. I mean... he was not in a bad spot at all. Like, getting a Fizztech from Triss... I mean, maybe he... I don't know. There we go. Alright.
Patience is not a virtue I am known to have.
I think there's a good chance I would have lost that last game, so it's kind of a shame that my opponent just forfeited, because... I mean, maybe he had like a really terrible hand, or just, you know, some good reason. But, I mean, it seemed okay on his end. Do I keep him in hand? You know, with a Neuromancy, yes, because now we can access him either directly as a 3 or we can get him as a 5. Alright, Nilfgaard. Strategic withdrawal. If it is spies, then round 1 is going to be everything. A round 1 and then round 2 bleed, I think, is our only chance. I mean, we have removal, but they got some thick boys. You ain't never seen boys that thick. Hey. Value. Alright, I'm not gonna play Dunka down like this. I need the miner. It's just so weird to look at the webcam and just see a different background. I'm still not used to it. There we go, thick base. But spending that now, that's intense. I like it. And I was gonna do it again. He's gonna kill her. And that's fine, because I have 1 nature card in hand. Maybe 2 off of Triss, but Triss can also just... Oh. Triss can also just play something else. I think we'll go with the Dunkirk. Hey. Big dwarf. Big Daddy Dwarf. Dwarf? There you go. Ooh, it's killing that. Okay. Well, I don't have any particular way to boost it. Something tells me I should just go for it now. Just use this. But for what? I don't know. That was a bad play. Gotta keep the range door open in case Triss draws an adrenaline rush. I mean, it's Nilfgaard, so this may die anyway. Please kill it, I guess. Oh my god, it's happening too. Hey. I mean, we can save it. Like, we have access to purification. So we're just turning it into an even bigger target. But is he gonna have 3 poisons or more in opening hand? Is it worth the purify? No? Don't think it is? I'm just gonna get the bonded effect and be done with it. I mean, it is a 7-point poison target, but... Again, if he's got that mysterious 3rd poison, or he just kept a 4 poison hand. Okay. God, I really wish 1 more point. Neuromancy is fairly low committal. And... you know, that gave us a little bit of carryover. I mean, it's not going to be good enough, because now I'm going to have to bleed, but then he's going to Nilfgaard me out of existence, so I'm not going to be able to get my card back. I'm not going to have last say. Gord is going to die. Life is meaningless. How good is the removal? I kind of feel like we're going to Shirru everything that needs removing. I could be wrong. I'm gonna keep one. This is too... I mean, we have removal. Let's ditch this. Okay, now we have a problem. That's a problem. Unless we get the minor and then buff him up to 5. Which I am sure we can do. Right? Right? Please? It's a little early to do that, though. I'm noticing a lack of proactive plays, and I don't like it.
The only good human is a dead human.
I mean, he doesn't have Ramon, so he's not going to give them armor, so we could just ping them. Alright. I mean, if he's got, you know, enforcers we can ping. I mean, he's definitely got the Pew Pew Men. They're 3 strength, so Shirru at 3 may be a good option. A Neuromancy is probably just going to be something thick, right? It's going to be one of these thick boys. But I don't want any of them yet. Adrenaline Rush? Go. We're playing into poison, but you know what? Everything plays into poison because poison is so efficient. He probably has Masquerade Ball in this, though. We do have the Heat Wave. We are kind of prepared. It's just a shame that we're really forced to play from the back foot here. Shirru can save us. Maybe. We can hope. Morale.
Where's the challenge?
I could kill him, but I sense that there's just gonna be more poison. Killing him won't change anything. I mean, I made a mistake playing this Triss. Like, I was hoping for a rush, and I got it. Even attempting such a foolish thing was really stupid. Is he gonna kill my boar? Maybe not this turn, at least. If we get 1 turn from the board, we can set this to 3. That just increases our Shirru value for 3.
Let their blood break their bones and spirit.
I think we're gonna have to do this. I don't like it. But there's no use saving it for ball, because he's gonna play ball here. So Besides, we have some removal for things. God, why does Masquerade Vault have to be put into everything? Why can't you just play Nilfgaard without it, huh? Brathens.
Your name, young man, the man should be cursed into an urge.
Alright.
My duty? To stick my nose where it doesn't belong.
See, I could Shirru now. Ping, ping. No. I can't get too greedy with the Shirru. I mean, honestly, like, if I could, I would. But you can tell by the way I use my hand that it's Shirru time, right? Just have to hope to get our card back. 12-point play. Just gotta hope to get our card back. If he takes it in 1, then I think we've already lost. If he takes it in 2, then we go back on even cards and we have a last say. Okay. We get our card back. He still needs 9 points. No. Yes, 9 points to win the round. And 9 is pretty committal. Like, whatever we get out of him here, it's gonna matter. It's a fairly big sum. Okay, that's 2, so 7 points. He gets 2 damage charge, so he just needs 5 points from the bribery. Come on, please low roll like a god. I mean, he's not going to. I mean, he's...
Who am I to kill?
Oh my god. Nilfgaard, Nilfgaard, Nilfgaard. What even are you? I mean, he must have gotten some shitty options if he had to go for Shirru. I mean, what could he have gotten there? If Shirru was the best option, then he had to only get things that were worth less than 5. Remember, he only needed 5. With the 2 damage ping from Hefty Helga, he only needed 5 points from that bribery to win. Minor would have been 4. This would have been 5. This would have been 5. Harold Gord. How many specials had he played? At least 1. 2. No, Harold Gord would have done it. Dunka would have done it. Bor would have done it. Fav didn't do it. Okay, so Shirru, Fav, Minor. These would have done it. So either he got the exact 3 options that wouldn't have done it for him, or he was too much of a net decker to even think. You know what? I doubt that he got the exact 3 options. Like that. There are exactly 3 options in our deck. I can't believe he actually got all 3 of them. He must have thought that Shirru was a big play. That was pretty funny. I had a good time. I hope you did too. Thank you so much for watching. I highly recommend this deck, or any variation on it. As you can see, I have 4 variations of. I mean, this is just my Symbiosis Gord list, and then there's Specimen Gwent's Gord list, and then here I took Specie's Gord list and turned it into a Devotion Gord list, and here's just his Devotion list without Gord. So, as you can see, I have like 4 varieties of a very similar deck, and it's actually really, really fun. I highly recommend it. I mean, these Gord lists, these new Gord lists, are really making Scoia'tael a very Ace of Place approved faction. I've been very anti-Scoia'tael in the past, but the developers really have taken some steps in recent months to just really push the faction into a direction that I can really, really get behind. And, you know, Shirru is a card that we've always had. I've never even touched, because, I mean, I'm scared. I mean, this is a card you look at and you get scared. Like, oh my god, what if I'm not smart enough to line this up? Well, I'm smart enough to line it up, which means that all of you are smart enough to line it up. Alright, I've gotten a couple 20-point Shirrus. You know, today you saw a 9-point Shirru that killed 2 engines. You saw... Was it a 12-point Shirru this time? I think it was maybe a 12-point Shirru. I mean, like a 9-point, 12-point Shirru isn't too spectacular, considering we have to use our leader usually to set it up. And of course, Precision Strike. When you don't have Broccolon Sentinels in your actual deck, it's just a 7-point leader that adds 14 provisions to your deck. That is bad. That is pretty bad, but it enables a potentially very powerful card in Shirru. And I mean, if you want to put the Broccolon Sentinels in, you can. They do clog up the mulligans though. And while the deck isn't like super hard to mulligan with, that's also something that I don't want to mess with too much. You know, when a deck has fairly simple mulligans, sure, that means you can add some things that increase the difficulty of the mulligans a little bit. You can add Roach, Bronze Thinners, stuff like that. You can. But there's also a definitive sense of comfort in just knowing that you're probably not going to be bricked by your mulligans. You can mulligan aggressively, get exactly the cards you want, and not have to fear the massive bricks. So, just because a deck can afford some extra mulligan difficulty, you know, don't do it unless you have to. Pro tip, I guess. But yeah, Gord lists really have taken off. You know, with Oneiromancy being a special you play twice, that tutors anything you want. Force Protector being a unit that plays a special. You know, we already had Triss. It is good. There's definitely viability to this archetype. Personally, I still prefer the more symbiosis related lists, just because I think it's a cool mechanic, and it of course synergizes with the whole playing special cards, nature cards in particular, which we do play a lot of. I guess this is the one. Yes. And, you know, playing Call of the Forest instead of a Neuromancy. You don't get to play it twice, but it's a nature card. It's really good with Shirru because now you have a way to put Shirru to 4 without having to ping him. So you have 3. I mean, here you need to play him from hand to get him at 3, or you can tutor him at 4 or 5. In the list I played today, you can either play him as a 3 or a 5, which is good and it's so fun. And I hope you enjoyed the gameplay and want to try it out for yourself. Check out Specimen Gwent, one of my definite favorite deck builder right now. Probably. Yes, you know what? I'm gonna go out and say this. Specimen Gwent, and you know, seeing his decks everywhere, and you know, taking a look at some of his videos was definitely part of the reason I came back. So you have him to partially thank for me being back. The primary reason is definitely the very most likely true leaks about Second Wind being changed, among many other cards, hopefully in the upcoming patch. Just seeing that just really renewed my faith in the developers and the game. And you know, like I do not mind playing a bad game, or a game that is in a bad state. I don't really mind that. What I mind is, you know, when we go so many months, like way over half a year, in some cases way over a year, with just some fundamentally problematic things not being looked at or changed, and the developers just tweet out that it's fine. That I can't handle. I can't deal with that sort of attitude. But now they are they're looking at Second Wind, and it looks like they're already testing some reworks. We might get it in the next patch. I don't know. But I just need to know that they're trying. I just need to know that they're looking into it. Because Second Wind is definitely one of my major issues with the game. Second Wind, similar abilities, and you have like the bomb hero artifact thing. But reworking Second Wind is gonna go a long way in at least keeping me interested in the game, keeping me in love with the game. How long have I been talking? I think it's 10 minutes. Holy shit! Stop, dude. You had a good length. You had a less than 40-minute video. That's good. Thanks again for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Have a good one. And I hope to see you again soon. What are we going to play next? I don't know. Anything you want to see? I've covered the 3 decks I've been playing lately now, so... Oh wait, actually, I do have some more net decking to do, maybe. Have a good one, and I'll see you soon.